On the outskirts of a forgotten town sits an abandoned asylum dripping with grim history. Named Sable Retreat, it was once a haven for troubled souls before its closure in the late 70s. Now, it's a place of whispered legends and shadowy figures lurking in the dark. The discovery began on a pitch-black night when Tommy, an aspiring paranormal investigator, decided to explore the asylum. Equipped with a flashlight and a vintage tape recorder, he crossed the threshold into the decaying heart of Sable Retreat. The air was thick with the musty scent of mold and neglect, filling every breath with the weight of the past. Moonlight spilled through broken windows, casting eerie shadows on the walls lined with peeling, yellowed paint. A silence hovered, punctuated only by the distant creak of settling beams and the scurrying of unseen creatures. Tommy was drawn deeper into the asylum's forbidding labyrinth. His heart pounded with both fear and exhilaration. He stumbled upon a dusty, forgotten path leading him to the basement. It was there, under the flickering fluorescent lights, he discovered the diary, its pages brittle yet inked with obsessions. The diary belonged to Dr. Eugene Harlow, the asylum's former director. His entries detailed horrific experiments conducted under the guise of research to cure madness. Each page unfolded tales of anguish and pain. Dr. Harlow claimed that he could harness fear itself to eradicate insanity, using methods that bordered on necromancy. With every turn, Tommy felt a chill creep under his skin. The more he read, the more the air around him seemed to constrict. Shadows seemed to stretch longer, and the distant whisper of wind morphed into low moans echoing through the corridors. Suddenly, the tape recorder crackled to life. A voice, distorted and filled with anguish, repeated a phrase ominously, "Free the souls, end the torment." The words looped, intensifying the menace in the air. Tommy felt an overwhelming urge to escape, but the asylum refused to let him go. Directions twisted upon themselves, turning his path into a maze without exit. It was as though the building sought to retain him, a new host to unveil its secrets. Tommy's frantic search for release led him back to a door he'd missed, a steel entrance with a forgotten sign above it, "Experiment Room." There, upon entry, the truth came crashing down like a tidal wave. Ghostly figures materialized, victims of Harlow's cruel science, trapped yet desperate for release. Their spectral forms encircled Tommy, each one embodying the endless loop of despair that Harlow had inadvertently created. In this chamber, he was offered a pact to uncover the truth and finally free their tortured souls. Tommy knew that only the revelation of truth and confrontation with Harlow's practices could end the haunting cycle. The diary became his guide, directing him to every fractured piece of an eerie puzzle that must be solved. With each discovery, the clutches of the asylum loosened, and the whispering specters grew silent until finally, with the last page exposed, a sense of peace filled the air. Tommy finally walked free into the dawn's light, with the burden of those kept trapped within echoing as a reminder that some secrets are patiently waiting beneath the surface, poised to be freed into the world once more.